Hey, we are live. So, we had a really tragic thing happen in our country yesterday. Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, was assassinated. Many of us on the right side of the aisle looked up to Charlie because he allowed the college kids to have a voice. He would go wherever they were and just let them talk. And yesterday has lit under our side. It really has. And there are some calling for political violence. I'm not one of them, even though I understand why they are. Here's the thing. For the past several years, the Democrats have called us violent. They've called for our side to be eliminated. They have screamed about gun control. But when you try to debate them back or tell them what your actual thoughts and ideas are, they want to shut you up. We can't let that happen on either side. We cannot let the other side of the argument, want to shut us up. Here's a case in point. Today, there was a peaceful vigil for Charlie Kirk, and his supporters showed up. Hey there. And they were just peacefully praying and grieving over the passing of Charlie Kirk. And the other side showed up and began attacking the Charlie Kirk supporters that were just standing there praying and trying to deal with his passing. This kind of stuff has to stop. We have to stop teaching people to hate. Charlie Kirk did not hate anyone. Charlie Kirk loved people. He loved college students, and he would go to wherever their college was and put up a tent in the center of the quad, and he would invite them to come and talk to him. That's what he did. That's what he was about. Talking to the students, letting them air their beliefs. And if their belief was incorrect, he would say, oh, okay, but that's not actually true, and would tell them the truth. Hello, Arif. And this has all got to stop. There's no reason in our country for you to want to silence your opponent because they have the constitutional right of free speech just like you do. And so we need to stop teaching these kids to hate. That's what it comes down to. Someone is teaching them to hate their opponent. That's what it's all about. Because if you don't have hate, if you have love, if you love people, even though you disagree with them, and you just let them state their views and talk to them about their views and tell them the truth and tell them where they can go look up the truth, that should not be silenced. There should be no one calling for that to be silenced. Because here in America, we have a constitutional right to free speech, as long as it's not hate speech. And if you look up Charlie Kirk on YouTube and watch some of his events, you will see he never once did it out of hate. Never once gave them misinformation. He told them what they were being taught wasn't true and told them the truth. I'm just kind of emotional today. I was supposed to do a stream on Chicago today and the crackdown, but I'm going to do that tomorrow because, we have to wake up. Hello. What's your question? Hey, Mark. Glad to see somebody from another country here. Nope, I do not have schizophrenia. We have a crossroads here in our country. You can stand up for truth and stand up for what's right, or you can allow your opponent to silence you. I choose to stand for the truth, to let people have their say, but not yell and scream at them and be hateful towards them. Because, see, I don't hate anybody. I disagree with their viewpoints, but I don't hate them. They're allowed to have their own views and opinions here. And just very sad that, this great man, only 31 years old, with a wife and 2 little kids, was taken out so horrifically, and then they don't even want you to mourn him. That's just sad. Hey, it's a vibe. This morning, the Democrats had a rally, and I believe it was in Philadelphia, where one of the speakers said, the MAGA movement is today's Nazis, and they need to be removed from this country. That's hate speech. It should be considered hate speech because I know a lot of MAGA influencers, and there ain't a one of us that believe in the Nazi propaganda. Not a one of us. We believe in giving truth, letting people have their open say, not do it in a condescending or spiteful manner. Just let them have their talk. And tell them the truth. And, if they go and look it up later, then they go look it up later. But as long as you give them the truth and tell them where they can go find answers, which is what Charlie Kirk did. He told people the truth, and he told people where they could find answers. And it's ironic that the question he was asked yesterday when he got on a live was, how many of the shooters have been trans. And he looked at the person and he said, too many. And the person replied back, it's 5. And Charlie responded by saying, even if it's 1, it's too many. There's going to be a lot of changes in the next coming weeks. Anna Polina Luna, one of our Congress people, was on the Benny Show this morning, and she said that she is sponsoring legislation to make some of the drugs that they give the trans people illegal, because she said it's got what's called a black box warning, and it says right on there that taking this product will make you mentally unstable. And she said these doctors push it out anyhow. She said, so we're going to have a lot of work to do. So that's what I had for y'all today. Sorry I'm not my more chipper self and more passionate, but this is just a very sad thing we're dealing with. And I will be back tomorrow, and we will talk about Chicago and the ICE raids and stuff. So take care, and we will see you tomorrow.